Hello everybody, welcome back to Succeed with Omid. Today I want to be talking about the link between the hamstrings, posture, and back pain. Now real quick, if you've ever had back pain before, it's debilitating. I've had it plenty of times in my life, which is how I know half this stuff. But I want to tip the camera down a little bit and kind of show why we have bad posture and low back problems when our hamstrings don't really work very well. If I'm about to come down towards the floor and try and touch my toes, most people tend to get stuck about here, and the reason is their hips really haven't traveled very far back. So then they get stuck, and how do I get out of this? I extend completely through my lower back. Now, most of the time that's okay, especially if there's no load here, but if somebody is deconditioned and they're twisting, for example, their low back's doing the entire move. But if I can somehow get somebody's hips to flex and push backwards, now what's going to happen is my lower back hasn't actually rounded anywhere near as much, and my hamstrings are going to be the ones that actually help pull me out through this. The hamstrings will also help the glutes pull and tuck underneath, and it's actually turning my hip train back on. If you've ever seen deadlift videos or anything like that, right? Deadlift is glutes, hamstrings, and low back. All three try to get through. I'm not going to bore you with all the physics and the contraction, eccentric, stuff and anything like that. I'm just going to show you a really cool exercise to warm up this stuff. The reason I put the camera at that angle specifically, we're going to start with a wall, heel directly against the wall, and I'm going to measure 1 foot length away from the wall. I want my heels directly under my hip bones, right in the front here, and my toes slightly turned in. Starting hands in front just for balance, but what I want to do is maintain an arch in my back with stiff legs. I'm going to push my hips back to touch the wall. And then come right back up. That's it. Core engaged to support, arch in the back, tail up. But what I have to do here is not only lengthen the hamstrings and the calves, but I have to squeeze my quads, squeeze my core, support myself, and come back up. With the arms in front, I have a counterbalance. If you want to make it harder, take the hands behind the head. And now your quads really have to engage to push backwards. Your hamstrings have to decelerate you toward the wall. Now, if that was too easy, let's get away from the wall more. And now all of a sudden you'll start to feel it. The back starts to give way, the hamstrings start to give way, and you start to fall forward, really pushing backwards. Digging the toes into the ground, don't let them come up, and squeezing forward. One of the reasons this is really super important, the hamstrings are a postural muscle. Back in Roman times, they used to try and slice the hamstrings open so people couldn't walk and they couldn't stand. If your hamstring goes away, your hip comes forward and you fall down. But the hamstrings in the back of the body help pull us into a good posture. If we're falling forward, the hamstrings are working double duty and they really start to elongate into max tension. They don't have enough requisite strength to help hold you in a good posture. So working on an exercise like this before you deadlift, before you do your hamstring curls, before you go even for a walk, anything like that will help quite a bit, not only with low back pain, helping to activate the glutes, but also some sexy little posture. That's it for today. I hope this information was very helpful to you guys. As always, have a happy and healthy rest of your day. Talk to you next time.